Hello everyone, Dino here. So I just got back from watching the My Hero Academia movie just a while ago, and it was pretty good. Yeah, I know that's not the whole review, and I can already hear you all saying,
"But Dino, you're a cartoon channel. Why are you reviewing this far superior medium that us Westerners only dream of achieving its style of overarching plot, dynamic character interactions, amazing animation, and a much more serious tone compared to your baka gaijin cartoons for kids that are only made to sell toys?"
And to that I say, this is still animation. I'm an animation guy. Wherever it is, I shall follow. Now get off my lawn. Following the success of My Hero Academia, it was most definitely going to receive a movie, and who could blame it? It took America's love for comic book heroes and added an anime twist to it, with an ensemble cast of likable characters, most notably Izuku Midoriya and All Might. Deku, as he's mostly known as, is a true underdog, being born without a quirk, aka superpowers in a world full of superheroes. He's seen as a virgin with no redeeming qualities, while chads like Kachan get all the glory and women. Gamers, rise up! But one fateful encounter with the global symbol of peace, All Might, changed Deku's life for the better. After seeing the potential he has, he bestowed upon the young lad with One for All, a generational quirk that only gets stronger as it passes from person to person. And from there, the rest is history. We meet new quirky characters, mandatory high school life, being trained to be heroes, get attacked by the League of Super Evil, and increase of Batrachophilia, a tournament arc, and meet another member from the League who doesn't have a nose and is a hemophiliac. The students get internships with other heroes, a blatant 30-minute ad for the movie, and that's how we got here. All Might invites Deku onto Eye Island, a floating city housing many of the world's brightest minds and scientists. Imagine Rapture, but it's on top of the ocean, and there's no civil war.
Die.
Along the way, we learn more about All Might's younger years and his friend, David Shield, who's a real down-to-earth dude. For real, I'd love to go to the bar with him and buy him a beer. David's such a cool guy, and early on, we learn that he really cares for All Might and wants him to succeed, and he'll sacrifice anything to help his friend out. We then flash forward to the modern day, where we see him on the island and find out that he has a daughter who is a pure sweetheart. Melissa is such a nice girl who simply wants to save others in their time of need, but she was one of those rarities where she wasn't born with a quirk, so she follows her father's footsteps on creating inventions that'll help heroes on the job. She greets both Deku and All Might, or as she calls him, Uncle Might. What a fucking angel! And gives them both a tour of the island, and oh yeah, Godzilla shows up here.
Hey, what's up?
After my cousin made an appearance, Melissa states that there has never been a single break-in onto the island. So that obviously means a bunch of douchebags with guns are gonna come in and raid the place. There's a big party in a fancy building, and said douchebags come in and ruin the fun. With all the heroes and All Might all tied up, it's up to Class A to save the day. Story-wise, it's pretty simple, but said simplicity is what makes My Hero Academia so approachable. It's the basic good versus evil scenario, but it's a template for a story. It's what you add to that template that makes the story shine. And this film has a ton of great stuff in it, like the animation. Right off the bat, you can tell the artists are passionate for their jobs, and it shows with just how amazing the animation is. Hell, seeing those scenes from episode 2 on the big screen really highlights just how lovely the series is. Its simplistic and cartoony art style is a real pleasure to watch, and when things get serious, that's where the show shines. And here, well, the only time it really goes all out is the beginning and the end. I'm not saying the middle is bad animation wise, it still looks amazing, but you can clearly tell where all the budget went. And that's the beauty of the show. Even when it's mediocre, it still has that big screen quality. And the animation really complements the characters, and there's a ton of them here. But the major ones are Momo, the girl that can make a nuke out of her breast, Electric Boy, who gets an IQ of -50 when he uses all of his powers, Zuko 2.0, the most OC of all Sonic OCs, Thomas the Tank Engine, Gravity Girl, Froppy, Homestuck Reject, and Invisigirl. Which, by the way, the last three did absolutely nothing in this film. They literally show up for one scene, and all they do is...
Will there ever be a day where I'm not invisible?
Now I'll never get to see that HBO documentary of frogs I was so hyped about.
Am I a nudist or a hero? I'm somewhere no one knew I was there. I failed Schrodinger's cat experiment, and am I not even human?
Now I'll never
Am I
get
even
to
a
see
girl?
that
Am I a
HBO
boy? Or
documentary of
even the
frogs
third
I was so
gender?
hyped
Maybe.
about.
Oh wait.
The whole power.
Guys! I found Duno!
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay, you know what? Invisible Girl, best girl of all time. Fuck all these thoughts. It's all about my girl, Toru!
How dare you insult the great Froppy? She is the best female out of all of Boku no Pico Academia. She is the best.
Shut up! In all seriousness, they're not bad characters, but they only appear for fan service, and that's it. They feel underutilized, which is a shame due to their popularity, and they could have helped Deku's crew while the tower was on lockdown. But hey, Bakugan and Hard Boy helped kick some ass, and for once, I actually liked the Living Bomb, because he was somewhat nice. Oh no! But the main focus of the film is Deku. As stated previously, he was born without a quirk, so he was always seen as the black sheep of society. But that didn't stop his dream of being a hero, like All Might. He'll still throw his life in danger to save others. All Might saw this and wanted little Midoriya to carry on the One for All legacy. And this is what really makes this series great, and why I love this little lad. It's a genuine story of a kid who started out with nothing but a dream. People mocked him for his dream, but with hard work and a bit of luck, he will be the next symbol of peace. In this time where everyone is the chosen one or some BS prophecy, Deku defies this by doing everything all by himself. He may have had some help, but that doesn't change the fact that he started from the literal bottom and is training to reach his full potential. Sure, he has a long way to go, and he's not perfect, but you can tell he's giving 150% of his strength, will, and is working towards his dream to be a hero, just like his inspiration, All Might.
Did somebody mention All Might?
Oh hey Koichi, how's it going?
Going pretty good, man. Thought I'd pop by since you were talking about the big man.
Oh yeah, you're a big fan of him, aren't you?
What? No. I mean, well, okay, maybe a little bit. Whatever. Casual fan.
I think it's best that you explain why you love him.
Alrighty, I feel a little bit of an explanation is in order. I come from the United States, a place with a legacy of fictional superheroes. One of the first movies I can remember making an impact on me as a child was the very first Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movie. I remember as a kid really connecting to Spider-Man. He was an imperfect character, young, prone to mistakes, awkward, but he was given the chance to be powerful, and with that power chose to save people and rescue them from the kind of pain he experienced. The lengths he'd go to keep people safe were as extraordinary as he was. Themes of bravery and goodness triumphing over evil stirred my heart as a kid. Purity of intention was the key in a film that was, by today's standards, somewhat childish.
He stole that guy's pizza!
Since then, we've made a lot of superhero movies. Like a lot. Ooh, boy, that's an intimidating amount of movies. But in the wake of trying to make the films better and get away from the childlike wonder of the originals, we've lost the plot of what should make up the fiber of somebody who's super to begin with. Nowadays, we've got heroes with personal squabbles too busy fighting their own enemies to care about anything else. So-called heroes with powers letting their anger rule their actions, and normal people with no way to stop them suffering as a result. We've watered down what being a hero even is, and that's why I like All Might. All Might's most selfish desire is to be the one that stands in between those who can't defend themselves and those who seek to take advantage of the meek. He doesn't care about the politics of his job, and his only concern for his image is that he should always appear as strong and reliable, so that his very being screams to the world, "You're safe now." Why? Because I'm here. All Might isn't a perfect character. He can be rash, I'd say he's not always smart, but everything he does with the intention of keeping to his moral code. In an age where the term hero hardly means anything anymore, All Might has become a figure to be like, to look up to. He's refreshingly childish, refreshingly kind, refreshingly here to save people just like you and me. All Might is a real hero, and that's why I love it. Also, I'm always a really huge fan of whenever a character is designed to look really intimidating, but is actually a sweet bean. And, Small Might looks like Skeletor after sticking a fork in an electrical socket, and All Might Supreme looks like how dudes imagine the older brother of the girl they're trying to date.
And that is why these two are so outstanding. They both push themselves to their limits and even further. They persevere and continue to go beyond. Deku is striving to succeed on being a full-time hero, while All Might is struggling to maintain his muscle form that wards off any would-be villains. And seeing these titans of endurance on the big screen is truly an amazing sight to behold, especially seeing the rest of the cast as well. Again, some showed up for like a split second, but they were fun to watch. And speaking of which, seeing these characters interact with each other was rather pleasant. Ochaku is still shy around Deku because she's still trying to confess her love to him, but he's cheating on her with Melissa. But she really hasn't appeared that much in the manga or the anime, so you can all stay calm because Deku and Ochaku will get together at some point. On that hand, Deku really grows fond of Melissa due to her being born without a quirk, just like him, so he can relate to her and feel some form of connection towards her. But I think it was more of a friendship between them, since Deku didn't really have any romantic feelings towards her, but he doesn't even know how to talk to girls and has a mini heart attack when he approaches one.
VIP lounge, what is this?
The rivalry between him and Kacchan are still there, but it's not the main focal point of the film. Instead, the film focuses on Deku and his journey up the tower, and Deku really shows what he's capable of, able to think on his feet and logically analyze the current battlefield and plan an attack, and the rest of the crew helps him out. Now, I'm not going to spoil the film. All I will say is that 10 minutes into the film, I had a gut feeling that I already knew who the villain was, but they proved me wrong, but they actually didn't, so did I predict the twist? However, they did have a justification for it, so I was wrong, I think? Confusion aside, I really did like that twist of a twist, and the final fight was a spectacle, and seeing it on the big screen was just breathtaking. Overall, the film was a roller coaster of fun. If you're an avid fan of the show, go watch it when it comes out on Blu-ray or that streaming service that Funimation has now. If you're just a random movie bystander, here's my advice. If you like Marvel films, you're definitely gonna like this movie. This has been Dino, and don't forget to go beyond.
Ultra!
Oh, and Bakugo says fuck. Don't believe me? Here's the clip.
Fuck!